Hello friends, family and other creatures of the sea. Welcome to a best of 9 from the GSL CK number 3. I recently uploaded set 1, which was a Pro League format. This is going to be the all-kill format between Team Ragnarok or Team Shin versus Team Rogue. Solar plays for Team Rogue and Ragnarok or Shin plays for Team Shin. We're starting off with a ZVZ. There's, I believe, 5 players or 6 players in each team. And so not all of them can play. That's just how it works. But we're going to have an exciting match. Lots of big names playing. Maru, Hero, Rogue, Cure, you name it. They're around. Zoun as well, of course. Zoun's a real gangster. In the good sense of the word. He doesn't, rob poor people and shoot them. He's like a Robin Hood gangster, Robin Hood, people, they think about Robin Hood as a nice guy. But imagine you're one of the elite. You're one of the guys that made it into the big leagues finally after years of struggling in the dark ages. Lost half of your family to pestilence. You built yourself up as a meager merchant. And after years of struggling and selling wheat on the local market, you finally got yourself a slightly bigger house, A slightly bigger house. And boom, Robin Hood comes in, freaking steals everything after your years of hard work and gives it to the poor. Now, how about the poor would have helped you while you were selling wheat on the market? But no, the poor just complained to Robin Hood. And Robin Hood, what did he do? He stole it from you. You pulled yourself up by your bootstraps. And Robin Hood ruined it. I'd be upset too. So Robin Hood really just a gangster. A crook, some people would call him. Get him out of here is what I say. And sitting in his forest, running away. Running from the law. I haven't actually seen Robin Hood. I don't actually know what the entire story is, but that's the general vibe I get from it. Like he's a bad guy. He's not a good fella. All right, what do we have over here? Ragnarok has a queen, 2 links. Solar has 2 links. Vanilla, no queen. If there was a queen with these 2 links attacking this hatchery, that would be the play of a lifetime. There used to be a move that people used to play in Heart of the Swarm. I was thinking of this the other day. I remember they would do it on Overgrowth. They would build a spore. I can't remember if they built the spore at home. I think they built the spore at home. And then the Overlord would fly forward and they would burrow the spore underneath the Overlord and snipe the Overlord in that way. I always thought it was such a cool move. I don't actually think it was very worth it, but was a cool move nonetheless. It especially wasn't worth it if you didn't get the Overlord snipe. Because then you just build a spore for nothing. That's not what's happening here though. Right now we have Baneling Nest versus Baneling Nest. Link Speed versus Link Speed. Man versus man in the ZVZ on Mothership. 3rd queen is on the way for both players. A little bit later here for Ragnarok than it was for Solar. You get a defensive Baneling. Worker counts close, but not the same. And now we're gonna maybe see some... No, I was gonna think maybe we see something different here, maybe a couple more links, but no, it's 9 more drones. Solar, if you would have asked me like a couple of months ago, he was such an all-inning Zerg. He just all-in every single game. And now I watch this guy play and think to myself, macro-focused player in ZVZ. Who could have thought? Not me. Not me. Okay, 3rd bases are up. Roadhorn coming down for both players. Let's take a look at what the lair timing is going to do though. Evo chambers first. No lairs. At least for now. There we get 1. What are you trying to hide here, Solar? 2 Overlords on the way. See that? And we get a lair. Okay. I thought maybe we were going to go for a little Roach push, Roach Link Bane or something, but no, not quite the case. Evos finish up, and thus we'll see range attacks coming in relatively soon here too. 10 links for Ragnarok. I'm not sure what he's afraid of. He also wants to add in another Baneling. This Baneling... Oh. It's not going to get taken out. Melee. Ragnarok, you dirty dog. So he wants to get a Spire here and go for Mutas. Now, for the people that are new to this game, the Muta is a flying unit. In order to deal with flying units, you need units that have range and can shoot up. Now, the Roach has range, but it doesn't shoot up. So the Roach is not a good solution to Spire play. It is not. You need Hydras, or you need to kill the Spire player before the Spire is up and before the Mutas are out. And I think Solar might be capable of doing just that. He's added a couple of Roaches in the mix. Now don't forget, Ragnarok also has a Roach Horn, and he can add those Roaches into the mix too. And these can be built defensively, can be built as like call it an insurance policy. Okay, in an ideal world, we wouldn't need insurance because you're paying money every single month, and it's always going to be worthwhile for the insurance company, right? They gotta turn a profit somehow. So if you're not planning on losing your car, for example, why would you insure your car? And the thing is that sometimes someone else crashes straight into your car and then drives off, so you get the insurance. Or maybe you drive straight into a pole or something. And it's nice to have the insurance in that case. It's the same here. If you're being roach attacked, it is nice to have the roach insurance policy. Yes, you're going to have less mutas initially, but you're more likely to see your mutas come out in general. And the moment your mutas are out, life is pretty sweet already. So you don't care so much. I don't think he saw the Spire, by the way. Ooh, he missed that. It's a pretty expensive mistake. We're gonna go for drops. I don't know if this is gonna... Oh, it's gonna be Baneling drops here. So I really like drops, generally. The problem right now is that there's going to be mutas out to deal with those, and they're not so good. All these overlords will need to pull back. Overseer is going to go in, try to get some information. We see heavy gas mining, not a whole lot of mineral mining. So I think Solar has figured out what the hell's going on. Spine is here defensively. What is our roach count defensively? 12 roaches. But yeah, Ragnarok is just going to go straight into 4 bases. And I think the main goal here is going to be to deny his opponents for it. That tends to be the goal. With Lingbane Muta, you want to pretty much out-economy your opponent. Now, there's a couple of ways that Solar can approach this situation. So he can try to go into Lurkers, Hive, Vipers, all that good type of stuff. Ooh, Roach actually going to go across the map. That is nice. Well, they really do have to go across the map, though. Attacking this tower doesn't do anything. There we go. Get sent across. Hydra's now being sniped out. The reason why the Roach across the map are good is because it forces the mutas back home. You cannot defend this with pure Ling Roach. I don't think so, at least. Okay, Solar's gonna go back home. He said, hey, I think I baited enough. I've baited you away. Now I can go home. I'm building some Hydras. My spores are finishing up. I should be fine right now. And I hope that's going to be the case. Muta count is growing pretty quickly. Spore moving further forward as well. We get some target fire here on the individual Hydras. Centrifugal Hooks finishes up. Drone count is 66 to 66. It's not good for Ragnarok. He wants more workers. But all these Hydras going down is not good for Solar. Because Hydras, they kind of need to have the, the minimum viable amount. If you just keep losing them again and again, the Muta flock is just going to be too strong over time. Now the Lurker then being taken out. Queen's being taken out here as well. All these Hydras just rallying straight into their death. Meanwhile, how many mutas have we lost? 6 mutas against 17 Hydras. An obviously great trade. At the same time, Lurker then now being blasted here too. He's going to ignore the Spore, kill the Lurker then, and that's going to make an incoming push significantly harder here to execute for Solar. I think his plan was to go for a Lair Tech Lurker push, which is now going to be close to impossible. Or at least it's going to be much later. Hydra count is already freaking pathetic. Like, how many Hydras do you think you need to deal with 19 mutas? I'd say you need to at least match it. And then the problem is, even if you match the Hydra count with the mutas, you still need to dodge the Banelings as well. These are going to be +2 melee attack Banelings with centrifugal hooks on creep. Good luck splitting against that, as links are being split off right now. Banelings are trying to get the connections into the Hydras. Might connect with the Spore as well, which would be great news. I think most of these Hydras have gone down, actually, and now the mutas show up. We still have 17 left over against just the one Hydra. And I think that is going to be GG, as Team Shin wins game number 1. And as this is the all-kill format, next opponent is going to be Maru, and Ragnarok stays on. I really hate that he keeps changing his name between Ragnarok and Shin. It makes it confusing for people that don't know that Ragnarok is Shin. They're like, oh, Harstem, why do you keep naming him different every single time? It says Ragnarok here on the bottom. Yes, but I know him as Shin. It's freaking confusing. He used to be Ragnarok, then he was Shin, then he was Shin Libyom, then he was Shin, then he was Ragnarok. Like, pick a name and stick with it, mate. It's not that hard. Very annoying. I'm upset. Especially because on the Wikipedia page, it's also called Shin Steam, not Ragnarok Steam. So, if I start by calling it Shin Steam, and then this guy's Ragnarok, then some of you are like, oh, where the hell is Shin at? Who's this Shin guy you keep talking about? Is he on my leg? It's like, no, that's something completely different. What a dumb assumption that was. Good lord. Okay, what do we have here? We have a... Ooh, this was a 15 hatch, wasn't it? The Koreans really like this. I saw someone else do this the other day. I want to say it was Rogue. Rogue went into a very fast gas and really quick lair. 2-base lair played... It was against Beyond, I want to say. Played 2-base Muta? No, it was 2-base Roach. It was 2-base Roach into Ultra, I think. That's what he did. 2-base Roach into Ultra. I remember thinking, oh, this could be Muta. Because the lair timing was crazy. Like, so fast. I've seen Shin play this before, and I think he prefers actually going for speed. But it's a kind of an odd approach to things. So you get quick queens when you play this type of fast hatchery. So the hatchery is before the Overlord with a drone trick, extractor trick. You build an extractor, then at 15 supply the hatchery, you go down to 14 supply. You do another extractor trick, go up to 15 supply, then you build an Overlord, then you build a spawning pool. And then you can build drones afterwards. So what does this do? It means that your queen pops out. Look at this. Look at the timing. Like Reaper comes in, oh, ready to get some kills, ja, wat gaan we HarstemCasts? Oh, wat, a queen? De Königin? Was is das? Oh. Yeah, and then you wasted 50 gas into a Reaper. Freaking sucks. This guy doesn't do anything. So that's pretty much, that's the goal of this build, pretty much. You just sit there and you do this. That's it, okay? We're gonna get speed out and 4 queen. Meanwhile, Maru is going to go for triple CC, 3rd CC in the wall. According to like my theory, the Harstem theory, the correct thing to do here is to add another barracks. Yeah, this is Harstem's theory once again, absolutely on point, crazy. That would be a good name for a Linkin Park album as well, the Harstem theory. That would be a real banger in the early 2000s. Nice. This was probably world's most useless Reaper. He walked in, met royalty in the natural, and then tried jumping into the main and just died. Got stuck between a queen and a wall. Not a terrible way to die. Just got pushed into a wall by the fat queen. You hate to see it. Was it 2-car? Yeah, 2-car. This is a very safe approach, 2-car. Clem would send these 2 in, I think. But he would have his Reaper still alive. He'd bounce, then he'd try to kill 4 workers. Maybe even go for a scout into the main base. I don't know what Ragnarok's plans are. So, Ragnarok is the one dude that I've actually seen build freaking a Hydra den with this. He'll play like this and then go into a Hydra den. I know to most of you that doesn't make any sense, because you're thinking, why a Hydra den? Don't Hydras suck? Yeah, that's true. Hydras do suck. Could also be Spire, Evo Chamber. It's not a super fast Spire, but it might be a safe Spire. Let's have a look. Okay, it's not going to be a Spire. We get Overseer. 4 gas though. It is freaking gas city over here. Carapace? Is this Ravager Ling? Okay, so there is a build. Some of you might remember this, if you guys have a memory that lasts longer than a goldfish. Clem, for a while, was like pretty much impossible to beat. Like, there's been periods, I want to say from like 2022 to like 2024 or something, or 2021 to 2023, where it felt like he was unbeatable. And then he had a second period, I think in late 2024 or like early 2025, where his TVZ was insane. Like, he just wouldn't lose. Like, it is impossible to beat, pretty much. I think it was like in 2024 again. And I remember everyone and their mom was losing to Clem. Every Zerg, pretty much. And every Zerg's mom as well. It's important to mention. And then Shin came out with this build. And he did it on a map. I can't remember what it was called. But it had like loads of rocks on the map. There was a gold base. The middle was very weird. It was just like you couldn't reach the middle of the map unless you killed all the rocks, pretty much. And he played this build. This like it was like 55 or 56 or maybe even 52 drone Ravager Ling attack. Pretty much a similar setup. And what it did is it baited out this build order and then it ran across the map and it freaking murdered him with +1 carapace. And the entire thing is pretty much you leave 7 to 8 roaches at home to deal with this. and then everything else runs across the map. You freaking bile the 2 tanks that are there, and there's hardly any Marines, and you win the game. It's like a weird timing that you had like 130, 140 supply. I thought that was gonna happen here again, because that's what it felt like to me just now. But instead, we're gonna go actually into late range. Double drops now heading into the main base. Ooh, Spoa is there in the main. This is such a big deterrent, you know? Like that Spore, it doesn't look like a lot, but you know that it's freaking annoying. Because it just makes movement so much harder. Like so ridiculously difficult, actually. 2 queens now gonna come in. See, all the damage already on this medevac stops these medevacs from committing a little bit harder. It's a very small investment, but it pays off. It's like when I'm going for walks outside after 6 p.m., I always take pepper spray with me. It's a small investment. In case someone wants to rob me, I can smash their face with the bottle. Pepper spray bottles are a lot harder than you think. And if that doesn't work, you can also just use the pepper spray on them. But that is obviously going to be a last resort. I mainly use it as like a blunt weapon. Is that what you call it? A blunt weapon? Blunt force weapon? Blunt force trauma. A weapon that inflicts blunt force trauma. Dish. Smash him in the head. You could also use a fire extinguisher. Also powerful. This is an awful lot of Ravagers for someone that is not running across the map and trying to kill his opponent, by the way. I just like to point that out here. So he probably is going to try to run across the map and kill his opponent. Okay, here comes the double drop. You really need 9 roaches. You need them together and they need to be in position. Like, it is absolutely key. Like, if you trickle roaches in, it often becomes bad. Ooh, this is an interesting fight here. Look at that. Tank is going to fall. Second tank is going to fall as well. Now pull back, I think. No, he's not going to pull back. He's just going to keep fighting. It's okay, I have a lot of units. Do you have a lot of units? No, you don't. Doesn't this look weird? Doesn't it feel like nothing really happened in this game and then Ragnarok killed his opponent? And I remember watching that Clem game as well. It was so similar, just lower worker count. It's just like, it's one of these things where you look at this and you know that if any other Zerg does this, like for whatever reason, there's going to be like 2 more tanks. But whenever Ragnarok does it, it just looks so broken. Like Maru is probably one of the best Terrans against Zerg right now. He just rolls over and dies. There's 28 workers here. It's not like this is even that. Like behind this, you get like 8 gas. There's like 2 upgrades. Like the +2 carapace didn't even finish. There's like 5 drones just idling. It's like cheerleading from home. It's like no one cares because he doesn't need the money. Infestation pit going up. Like Ragnarok could even pretend that this was a macro game theoretically. Like this is just a poke, a bit of pressure, you know? Like he can't help that Maru rolled over after he put a bit of pressure on. Like this was just testing him. Maru did not withstand the test. GG gets called. Ragnarok is going to win the 2nd game in a row. And that brings us to our next game. Game number 3. White Rabbit. I've never been much of a rabbit guy, to be honest. Yeah, they look like they're cute rabbits, but they also look like they're up to some serious mischief. I also never trusted people that would have rabbits as their pet. It feels like they're too big, you know, to have as a pet. It's like a rabbit requires a lot of space in my mind. Like, you can kind of get away with it with a guinea pig, you know? They put them in these tiny little cages. It's like, oh, that's not great for the guinea pig. But the rabbit is such a large creature. And they always have the same, pretty much the same size cage as a guinea pig does. But yeah, a rabbit is like 4 times the size. Maybe even 5 times the size. Like, rabbits are huge. Really, they can... I sometimes go to my local petting zoo. And there they have like... I'm not even sure if they were called rabbits or like hares. These things are freaking massive. Like actually massive. If you're... Imagine you live in an old apartment building in New York City. The floors are made of wood. And your fridge leaks. And it freezes. And, you know, the wood starts rotting a bit. And then your fridge falls through the floor of your apartment building onto, like, the floor below you. You could probably plug the hole that it leaves behind with 2 or 3 big hairs. That is how big they are. This is like a point of comparison. Huge animals. Some of the biggest ones. There's also some... I live near like a grasslands. Is that what you call it? It's like the cows graze on it. They're grass... A lot of Americans, I think cows are corn fed or something in America. And then when they're grass fed, it's like a big thing. But here, I think most cows are grass fed because we don't grow corn here. Well, we do grow corn. There's also cornfields nearby. But anyway, they're on grass. And there often I see like hares going around. And I was biking around the grasslands like a little while back. And in between like the road where I was biking and the grasslands, like a tiny little stream, maybe like 2 meters wide or so. But then you also have like the ramp up going, or the ramp down towards the, you know, the little stream that is there where the water is. And I saw a hare, and I think it made legit a 4-meter jump or something. Like freaking huge. And I was wondering to myself, does the hare have any natural predators? I don't think so, not in the Netherlands. Like, we don't have any big birds. I don't think a cat could, like, take on a hare. I would actually put my money on the hare if it were to fight a cat. Like, unless it's like a tiger, which also technically, you know, like it's usually a big cat, you know. But I think a tiger could take out a hare. But we don't have any wild tigers in the Netherlands. We do have wolves nowadays. I think wolves also probably hunt for hares. Maybe dogs would go for them, but the dogs are not allowed in the grasslands. So, yeah, interesting questions. Yeah, either way, you have a hole in your floor. 3 or 4 of these units, you put them in. No leakage anymore. Your downstairs neighbor is going to be happy too. Fluffy roof. Love to see it. Okay, ZVZ. What do we got going on here? We got a 2-base opener for Ragnarok, who is going to go into double Evo Chamber Roach Warren. This could be fake news. This could also not be fake news. That's the beauty of these 2-base builds. It's really difficult to figure out what's going on. So this could just be a Roach attack. Or it could also just be fake +1 into Aspire. And then we're playing that. Ooh. Look at that. Rogue has saved up a lot of links and is now running across. I don't think this has been spotted. There's a creep tumor here that is very unfortunately placed. Cannot actually easily do stuff here. You see that? We're going to have to re-wall right now. Gonna have to re-wall a couple more times. This is good re-walling. I would just cancel this. Get a bit more cash now. Is this fully walled still behind it or no? I think so, right? Yeah, there's no hole here. This needs to be plugged here too. Gonna plug it with a spine. Spine's built slow. Don't have a lot of HP either. But the first roaches are now out. Cancel, cancel, cancel. No cancel on the spine. Doesn't really matter though. Plugs the hole with the roaches. More roaches come out. The main base is secure. I think this game is pretty much over. Lair has been cancelled. It was a good call, by the way, may I say. Yes, I may. That was a good call, cancelling that lair. Because it got him that extra money to throw down these extra Evo chambers. New roach warren on the way in the back. We have more and more links coming in as well. As long as this hole is plugged, I am not worried. 11 roach against 39 links. Carapace on the way. Carapace on the way. Carapace on the way. This is looking mighty fine. 3 Ovies coming in as well, which does surprise me. We only have a single queen. That is interesting too. I'd love to maybe see a second queen. Maybe there's no cash for it though. More roaches on the way. Okay, he's gonna go for a roach move out. Huh. I wonder if he's gonna wait for the +1 and Glio Reconstitution. Or if he's not. It's hard to say. Because if you wait too long, then, you know, that's not great. There's so many roaches. I feel like just showing this amount of roaches is going to trigger a response coming out of Rogue. Yeah, look at the amount of roaches Rogue is making. Freaking the Roach King right now. Love to see it. Love to see it. Cloud Reconstitution. This hatch is gonna get cancelled. No, it's not. Did not want to commit to it. I think if I'm Ragnarok, I'd be like, hey, why didn't he commit to that? That's weird, no? Because if he would commit to it, then he probably loses a lot of links. But he doesn't want to commit to it because he needs to save the links for the incoming attack. Okay, here we go. Overseer's going to scout this move out. So we're going to see pure roach coming out at this point. +1 is... almost going to finish or barely not going to finish. Just cancel this hatch. You don't need it. Good call. Great call out of Rogue. Or out of Ragnarok, sorry. He's just gonna move behind his wall. The north of the wall right now. The king beyond the wall. That's Ragnarok. Bend the knee, you loser. No. Bile. Here comes Rogue with his armies. And this is not going to succeed. +1 I think is too powerful here. It is simply too powerful. One of these Evo Chambers is going to get taken out. Ooh, nice micro. Nice micro. Very kind. Very cute. Oof. Moves back in. But this is looking good. Gonna have a couple of big ones out here. Couple of big biles. Don't forget that the glial reconstitution actually has so much value here too. It is indeed very valuable. Oh, moves back. Okay, this is a good surround. Link's actually getting some work done right now. Bile's also getting some work done. Rogue is some really neat micro, given that this is not an easy situation to be in. +2 ranges on the way, Carapace on the way too. We have an Evo in the back. He's like, you know what, I need another Evo. I only have 3 right now. But yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, I guess, when the game is over, the game is over. People often say, it ain't over till the fat lady sings. Oh, that was the fat lady. It means it's over. Get out of the game, Rogue. Ragnarok just won 3 times in a row. I love that Rogue is just staying in. He just keeps trying like a different approach. He started with the Ling Flood, then it's like, okay, Ling Ravager. Now he's going into Lair and +1 melee. I'd love to see what his plans are. It probably has to be Spire, because there's a 0 chance he wins any type of Roach War. Like maybe base trade and Spire. Like you base trade with everything. The problem is that with Glial, the Roach speed, Ragnarok is going to be across the map in freaking no time. So yeah, make of that what you will. Make of that what you will. He's going to freaking blast these guys straight out of the water. Bile's trying to catch an Overlord. Do not quite hit it. There's actually no Spire coming in. I think with a Spire, I don't think he would have won the game. Oh, he only is on 2 gas as well. I mean, it's very rough. He's going to go for another Ravager Ling attack. But the moment we get +2 range and Carapace, like, Ragnarok is not just a little bit stronger. He's way stronger. Like, he's absolutely going to pump his head chock full with terrible thoughts. That is what Ragnarok does best. Ragnarok's going to move across the map. Which seems risky, but I think is actually cool. Because don't forget, Ragnarok doesn't know whether this is Spire or not. Ragnarok just assumes it is. Which I think is a solid assumption. Now comes the base trade. I think you actually have to fully send the base trade. Although it doesn't make any sense because you don't have Spire units. So like, imagine there was like 7 Mutas coming out right now and then you go for this run by. I'd say, hey, this actually has some potential. Because eventually this army is going to die. The problem is there's not 5 Mutas here. Yeah, there's not. But these Links are going to go in and they're actually going to get some kills. I love the ramp hugging here. Look at that. Bile's actually being really good. Bile's actually being extraordinarily strong here. Sadly, no Glial Reconstitution means these guys can't really escape. Links enter the main base right now. Are going to get a lot of kills. Once again, I'm telling you, Spire here would have been the play. Full-on base trade plus Spire. This actually could have turned into a very interesting game because these Links have killed pretty much everything here. There would have been no anti-air whatsoever. This would need to be defended with Spores. Like, legitimately, even just 3 to 4 Mutas off of 3 or 4 gas would have been enough. Out of Rogue. I really think that would have been the superior call here. Because eventually you're going to take out these things. But yeah, now it's going to be game over because there's nothing to clear these roaches with. There's nothing to clear these roaches with. GG gets called. Ragnarok wins his 3rd game in a row and is making his team look good. Alright, our 4th game between Ragnarok and Classic. Let's see if Classic's going to be the one that can break his back. So far, Ragnarok's been carrying absolutely everything. So big ups to him, obviously. What do we have? We have a Nexus. You're going to have a Cybernetics Warrior coming in the natural, isn't it? Classic is one of these guys that has a really strong standard game. But he can also throw in an okay, especially in best of ones. I feel like Classic respects the best of one more than most. You know, he'll have like a build that he hasn't played in 5 years, and he'll be like, okay, now's the time for it. Now would be actually the perfect time for it. Let's see if we can get a nice first person here out of Classic. Just for a little bit, see what he's up to. It's going to be a Stargate. Just the way he positions stuff makes me feel that that's correct. There we go. Stargate comes out. Adept, Chrono. No block on the hatchery, yet there's still a Chrono on the Adept. It's not something everyone does. And I just want to make sure that you know where these links are going to go. Ooh, 4 links. Keep an eye on that.
Glory to the Daemon.
Okay, no second Chrono. Meanwhile, on the side of Ragnarok, actually pretty late third base, 34 and a bit. It's not quick. Post Overlord as well on that hatch. Should be fine. Like, he's not going to take any damage here. Has 4 links in position. Has the Queen to welcome the Adept with open arms. Sees the Warp Gate. It's always so nice to watch people first person. I feel like you get a good read into their mind, you know? What are they paying attention to? You see, Ragnarok is almost continuously checking what's coming out of the gate, and right now he's seeing nothing out of that gate. He sees no second gateway either, so he can move away. He knows there's going to be a third nexus pretty quick, most likely. As I say that, a second gate goes down, so make that make sense. It's still going to be a fast third nexus, but slower than I thought it would be. Fourth Queen is about to finish up. Here comes the Spore in the main base. It's always going to be the first Spore. Good timing for it as well. It's the freaking DVA voice. Diva, or whatever you call it.
Queen's ready. Here comes a new challenger.
Second Spore Nexus. Okay. Second Oracle coming out, third Gas. And now we'll see the paths that both players take. So, a couple of things we are paying attention to. Evo Chamber or tech building first. Twilight Council, or maybe something else. Going to be Twilight Forge. Could still be Charge. Most likely is going to be a Blink opener. And I'm expecting a heavy Chrono boost on the workers in the case of Blink. Double Oracle's actually getting a kill. We're going to get a second kill, maybe even a third. Nice. 3 drone kills nowadays is actually considered quite okay. Back in the day, you'd see like Hero and Classic and Max Packs. They'd get like 25 kills with their freaking Oracles almost every single game. But nowadays, Zergs have gotten so good at defending this. It is much, much rarer. It's gotta be Glaives. Nah, this is not a build. I think it's a misclick. I don't think he's actually gonna commit to Glaives here. He's adding more gates. He's actually committing to this. What the hell? 6 gate glaive +1. Do you chrono the +1 in that case? I cannot believe this. 8 gate. 7 gate. 8 gate glaives +1. Okay, I've never seen this build before. What the hell is the timing that you're hitting even? Couple more adepts being warped in. I mean, so the reason why I'm so confused is a couple of reasons. Like, roaches will just own this. 66 drone roach. It's not just gonna like hold it. It's gonna murder this. All you need to do is make sure that you full wall your natural. And then with like any amount of roaches, like you're actually gonna be cooking. Like, he has a drone here already. I think he knows that there's gonna be something glavy coming his way. 6 more adapts. I mean, he's gonna have like 25 adapts with +1. Actually a lot of adapts. Because right now we have only 8 roaches. And more drones coming in. Okay, here come the glaive adapts. 16 of them with +1. Okay, we need a full wall, at least temporarily. Get the shade into the natural. Can you fight this? I don't even know. Okay, he's going to finish this shade up. Lynx are gonna get caught between a rock and a hard place. 8 more adepts moving across the map here. And the roaches are just out. It's gonna finish up. This is not a whole lot of damage. No cancel! Oh no, what a huge blunder here. He had to cancel this so that the reinforcements can actually come in and redo it. This is really bad. This is really bad. Because now a lot of drones most likely are gonna fall, or even worse, roaches are gonna start falling because there's just not enough damage output. Look at that. We have like 7 units stuck behind the gates of hell. This is a bad defense right now. These units need to start attacking this roach warren ASAP. They had to start attacking it yesterday. Queens are now being taken out, which is a sorry state of affairs. Behind this, I'm assuming there's going to be a Templar Archives. Okay, he takes this out. This is going to not finish up. I don't think so. Still a fantastic hold, by the way, here out of Ragnarok. This could have been much better, though. Much, much better. Roaches continue chasing. They have Cloud Reconstitution. And they're gonna get probably 3-4 more of these adepts. I mean, this is... I'm not saying this is game over. What I am saying is that this is looking extremely good here for Ragnarok. Let's see, can he get these? Okay, he gets all of them but one. Stalkers being built behind this off of 8 gateways. We don't have Storm quite yet, but I think that's going to be the next step. And now Classic is... I mean, he needs to defend this somehow, some way. This is pretty much just a roach all-in. The Hydras are here to deal with the potential Oracles. But he's not going to get like 10 Hydras. He's just going to get 3 Hydras to make sure that he has anti-air defense. Roach are going to go back? No. I think you need to morph Ravager and get Lynx, to be honest. I think that is actually the correct call. And here come the Roaches. 170 to supply the 127. Blink finishes up just in time. +2 not done quite yet. As Ragnarok pushes in. Pulls back. Pulls back, which is not what I'd expected. Storm on the way. +2 about to finish up. And he's going to get 5 drones. Okay. Okay, I guess. Classic in my mind getting away with murder here. Infestation pit, but still building Hydras as well. Ragnarok kind of being in between everything here. Saying, hey, I want to attack and be aggressive, but I also want to be attacking and get drones maybe. Like, we get the Infestation Pit, 8 gas. I still think that an all-out attack here would have just worked. A maxed-out Roach Hydra, or like Ravager Hydra Ling army, coming from the right side onto this base, I think just wins. Attacking up the ramp might be difficult, but from the right, I think it would have just been a straight-up win. Like, now this is kind of a watered-down version of the attack that we could have had. It's still going to be powerful and probably good enough to get a cancel on this. I think Ravagers are key, though, against high Stalker numbers. The reason for that is because you can easily zone these away, which makes your movement much simpler. Okay, we get good snipes. 2 Templar go down. Hydra's coming further forward. A couple more storms. Ooh. Classic doing a good job, honestly, defending. Lost a lot of his Templar, though, as... Yeah, the Roach Hydra force still remains. +2 is about to finish up. There's a lot of Stalkers. How many do we have? 27 Stalkers, blinks in forward. We have Hive plus Lurker then coming in. Maybe you can utilize these bushes, these line of sight blockers. He's losing a lot of Hydras here. He's really losing a lot of Hydras. I think he's going to lose all of these Hydras, and with this type of Stalker count, that is not a great look. More Roaches now coming in. Ragnarok is trying to stop the bleeding, but he keeps opening up the wound to do it. He's like, here's 5 more Roaches. Oh no, I want to run away. Oh, let me try to save these 5 Roaches with these Hydras that I'm also gonna lose. Okay, here we see the power of the Lynx, by the way, against pure Stalkers. That was great. That actually was a good move. This is why I said Ravager Ling as an add-in is so powerful, because all your larvae will go into Lynx, and Ravagers are so good at killing buildings. They're good at zoning stuff out, especially pre-Storm. I think it would have just been game over against high Stalker counts. Roaches actually get hard countered by Stalkers due to armor type. Hydras are okay, but yeah, like I said, I really think Lynx are kind of key. 5 Lurkers now coming out, which looks good army composition-wise, because this is still an army relying very heavily on the Stalker. But we do already have an Immortal on the way. We have a Prism that's out too, so counterattacks are now a viable source of keeping Ragnarok at home. I wonder if you... Nah. I was going to say, I wonder if he drops on this to kill the 5th, but I think, yeah, priority is going to be to do stuff in the main base. Pulls the army back further as well. And right now, really all you want as Classic, in my mind, is to win some time. To win a significant amount of time. Ooh, interesting blink forward. I don't know if this is a correct play. There's a lot of lurkers here. Link's coming in. Okay, lurkers need to move back a little bit. I mean, Observer's gonna get sniped. Okay, this is a great fight for Ragnarok. Now he can move up towards the right side. I wonder if you can put like a lurker here and start harassing this. Maybe just barely out of it. I think if you put it here, it should be fine, right? I don't actually know. Oh yeah, there you go. Yeah, you can harass that. It's a weird attack angle. 5th base did go down. This base is not mining currently. I still think that an attack up the right side is probably the best thing you can do. We could consider maybe dropping towards the main base as well. Very powerful tool on this map. As the drop in the main base actually dealing quite some damage. No adrenal glands on these links, so they're not going to be that powerful. Worker count is only 65. Here comes the attack onto the 3rd base. As the lurkers are in position. Storms are good though. Good set of storms here. Really well executed. You have a couple more where that came from. Ooh, all of these lurkers are extremely low. If a single storm hits that, a lot of your potential goes away. Roach is just being rallied into the Immortals. A major mistake. Absolutely major mistake. Zealot run by hitting this 4th base, I think it is. Or the 3rd. I don't remember if this was the 3rd or 4th. I think it was the 3rd. Lurkers now move forward. Like, we need reinforcements here. We need units. Hydras, Lynx, like some cannon fodder in front of the lurkers. Lurkers are great, but they need something in front of them. I think this needs to be pulled back altogether, right in this moment. Ragnarok is in this really weird spot where it feels like he should be winning, but he just keeps throwing units away into his opponent's army. Like, kind of at random. Like just another 5 Hydras here, just kind of running into their death. These lurkers are probably in some trouble. This is a crazy attack on the right side, because this isn't a lot of lurkers at all. This is a risky amount of lurkers. Good launch back. Really did like that. Okay, these lurkers are going to re-burrow. He's just going to lose a bunch of lurkers as a result, I think. Ooh. Nice control. Ragnarok really wants to get the W right now. He says, hey, I don't want this game to go any longer. I know you're only on 3 bases, but I feel like I have to do something. There's 6 lurkers that are inactive on the left side. I almost feel like once again, these Hydras just keep being rallied in. Way too far ahead of the forces. Okay, we do get a snipe on a Tempest, which is nice. Lurker run by comes in. I think that is a great move. I love that move. This base under some heavy fire. I think he can take it out. Classic gonna go down to 2 bases. This thing is gonna get rebuilt. Still has 67 workers though, which is significant. And we have a Spire, I think, behind this too. So the ability to get hard counter units against the Tempest is here. Oh, if I'm Ragnarok, why am I here on the map right now? I don't understand this. I guess you want to keep your opponent at home? Because defending is also going to be tough. Like, he does not have a great army dealing with Tempest. He's going to be capable of getting like maybe 6, 7 Corruptors? 8? No, not even. 3. 3 Corruptors against 3 Tempest. It's going to be 5 Tempest. The Immortal count is too big to just run into with Lurkers. Like, Lurker Hydra can't run into this. There's too many Storms, there's too many Immortals. We're going to probably post these guys above this base. I think going up to 10 gas is essential right now. Although 8 gas is a winning position, economically speaking. I think 10 gas is going to be like a nail in the coffin type of vibe. Couple more drones, maybe? Can we get them? Poof, in here. Couple more drones. Poof, in here. Get a run by. I think this is a good run by the way. This feels risky, but it's probably correct. Okay, now the Corruptors need to start jumping into action. Like, actually need to start seriously jumping into action. The thing I'm most afraid of is just an A move with the ground force. Corruptors very far in the back. Need to come from the north here. Not really doing that. Okay. Gonna take out some of these dudes. Lurker army a bit far back in my opinion. Corruptors are gonna get all of these Tempest, and I think with that we should be fine. Classic's gonna continue pushing in further and further. Having an Overseer would be great. Lurkers moving forward is a move. I'm not sure if it's a move that I appreciate, but it is a move. Yeah, Classic is gonna... This was really close here. Right up until the very end. But Ragnarok, he manages masterfully. So he gets the W. Puts his team on the 4-0. Yeah, Ragnarok is on an absolute tear. That is freaking crazy. I don't think a lot of people would look at all these player names and think to themselves, you know who I think is gonna pop off here today? It's gonna be Ragnarok. You know, this is kind of like watching the this is like the season in the Premier League where Leicester City ended up winning the Premier League. Like no one looked at all these teams like freaking Arsenal, Manchester United, Manchester City. And it's like, you know, real serious contender for the Premier League, Leicester City. No shot. I wonder how they're doing nowadays. I really stopped following football a while ago. Just in general, I'm not into watching sports as much anymore. I feel like I've lost something of serious value in my life, and that stopped happening. Oh, look at what Ragnarok is doing. Ragnarok is also going to lose something serious of value in his life. What is this? Pull first into a hatch on the natural because he was hiding a drone? That is just sneaky. That is sneaky behavior, you know? We don't appreciate that here on this channel. This is a channel for people that want to play boring macro games every single game, Ragnarok. This doesn't look like a boring macro game to me. This looks like an exciting opener that doesn't make a lot of sense. Should be banned. Zoun's gonna respond by going core into Nexus. I wonder if he believes that he needs a Zealot. I don't even know what I believe here. Do I believe he needs a Zealot? 18 seconds until this finishes. Then another, like with a chrono, like 20 seconds until the Adept is out. It's gonna be a tight fit here, isn't it? So, couple of things you can do. Listen to me. We can get a building in the wall and full wall in the end. But he's going to need to cut some workers for that, I think. Oh, it's only 2 walking across and then one of them chasing. Yeah, you can probably just let it happen then. As my good friend Paul McCartney sang in 1967. Let it be. And that's indeed what Zoun does. Just gets a single Adept and he's gonna take care of business. Every day. I love that this Ling is still scouting around. This is actually this is not a real threat, this pool. Because look at what Zoun saw. Zoun saw late gas. So you know it's not going to be a fast speedling all in. The reason why he's moving this probe is because he's afraid of like a Ling flood. But you can't be afraid of a Ling flood if it's slow Lings. It just doesn't make any sense. You can just run away from the Lings and you can hit them. It's like being chased by a baby that can't even walk yet. You know? Like even if they have a knife, they're not very dangerous. Like you could just throw stuff at them, like a can of tomatoes or a bottle of pepper spray, and then run away again. You know, kind of kite a baby. That would be no problem at all. This is the type of video I would like Mr. Beast to make, you know? It's like 600 babies versus 54-year-olds or something like that. See who wins in a battle. And they can pick weapons ahead of time. I feel like even like a 3-year-old or a 2-year-old could take out an almost infinite amount of 1-year-olds. Like power skills almost exponentially, I think, at start of life, you know? Like a 1-year-old is so much better than like a 2-month-old. And then like a 2-year-old is so much better than a 1-year-old. But then when you compare like a 15-year-old to a 14-year-old, like that is like pretty power dependent, like on the person, you know? There once was this guy in, I think in Belgium, who locked like his family in his basement for 18 years. Had like kids as well, and then eventually they escaped. I forget what his name was. It's like a real piece of work. And I was thinking of this the other day. If he would have filmed everything and just put it on YouTube, he probably would have been one of the biggest creators on the platform. I locked my family in my basement for 18 years. This is what happened. In like 2 red circles. Freaking crazy to think about. He was born in the wrong time. What the hell is Ragnarok doing? What the hell is Zoun doing? This is also the most suspicious stalker that I've seen in my life, by the way. This is a stall. This is like trying to say, like, hey, I'm playing legit. Okay, he's even gonna cancel the glaive. He's like, okay, this is too suspicious. There's no way I'm getting away with this glaive build. He's just gonna send these adepts across the map and give up on the glaive idea. I like that, because it was not gonna work. No, Ragnarok was so ready for this. His fort base is toast, probably. I'd attack this, yeah. There you go. How many queens do we have? 5? Yeah, good luck with that. Nice shade as well. Perfectly timed shade. Not too fast, not too slow. Exactly when you need it to be. Now these queens could be in trouble. No, they're not. No, they're not. Just a single oracle still busy shooting. Ooh, nice control. Like, look at him. He's moving on the edge of what's possible. He's edging, so to say. God. I love a good Protoss edger. Lair's about to finish up. Oh, another adept goes down. Honestly, once again, Ragnarok in prime position to win this game. I'm not saying he's won already, but he's definitely ahead. He can... Oh, Spire. I love this. I think this is such a cool move. I actually think... I have this little game that I play with myself. Okay? I freaking love that. Like playing with myself, I think is one of the many joys I have in life. And what I do is I always look at a situation and I think to myself, how many drones could he get away with? Like, if Ragnarok had full information. Like, if Ragnarok were to see this cannon and this Templar, I think he could go up to 95 workers and there would be a legit 0% chance that he dies. You see this, by the way? Look at this! The freaking fake Hydra den! Hello? That is a hell yeah moment if you ask me. This is a hell yeah moment. What do you think if you're Zoun here? How is he building cannons? Oh, he's building them in the natural to stop a Hydra push. He also has a... Ragnarok has a 6th base over here. I love that. I would love to see this base taken too. He's gonna take the rich Vespine guys on this. 9 mutas coming out. Oh my lord. Why the hell are we getting +2 range? I think this is a mistake. 15 drones! He should just be massing mutas. I actually think that Lingbane muta here would be unbeatable. But he's gonna go into Hydras. Dude, this is a complete surprise. You completely tricked your opponent. Look at this. I don't think there is a way for Zoun to be more blind right now. Like, you could stab his eyes out and he'd still have more vision than what he has in this game currently. Because it would elevate his other senses. Maybe he would sniff out your Spire. You would hear it, you know, a cheer coming from the crowd. 3 more cannons on the way. Fleet beacon coming out. Like, oh, if this was mass muta and there was like 10 more mutas on the way at this point and you're 95 workers, this game is 100% over. Like, it's actually just over. Right now... Oh, there's a cannon in the main. That's crazy. That is crazy work. Cannon in the main. Yeah, he's gonna lose like 7-8 workers still. That's not a crazy amount of workers, if I'm being real honest. We have a rich Vespine guys here. Like, what is... I don't even understand what Ragnarok's mind game was here. I'm going to surprise you with 9 Mutalisks, kill 10 workers, and then have no follow-up for 4 minutes. This was a legitimate 100% win. If he loses this game, we are allowed to make fun of him. It will not be bullying when we all do it as a group together. Because he deserves it. Actually, I bet that is what all bullies tell themselves. Is that the bully... The boule? Who's the person that gets bullied? The bullied. Not the boule. You have the bullier and the bullied. Not the boule. They deserve it. That's probably what they think. Because they're weak. It's a well-known fact that people that bully are often... They do this out of a position of insecurity. You know, they feel insecure about something and they're afraid other people will bully them. So they kind of preempt it by bullying someone else. I'm not sure where I was going. I thought there was going to be a punchline at the end, but it's just a little psychology fact there for you guys. Didn't expect that, huh? Yeah. People often say that going to university is a waste of money if you can just listen to HarstemCasts videos. I couldn't agree more with that. All the knowledge you need to know. Right here for free on your doorstep. All I need to do is watch some advertisements. Or install AdBlock. Although I would never advocate for something like that. Disgusting. Okay, what do we have over here? We have a lurker attack that honestly is hitting quite hard, by the way. Like, this is a fresh-looking lurker attack, you know? Not a bad timing. Although it is without seismic spines, which could be considered an issue, because lurkers with 8 range are not really lurkers. Still seems to be working somewhat, though. Is this just game over? No, it's not. There's not enough lurkers. If this was 15 lurkers, it's a very different type of story. But this is only 5 lurkers, so I actually think you can clear this. Okay, he killed the Nexus. No, ooh, no overseer here. This could be an issue. We're gonna get a lift, I guess, on one of these lurkers. Are we just gonna get a straight up counter attack and a kill? That is a possibility. This base is mining, so that's the 10 gas, by the way. So it's 10 gas versus 6 gas. A resource lost is 5.7 to 9.4. Ooh, Prism's gonna find this base now. That is not nice to find. Well, it's not nice for Ragnarok. It's also not nice for Zoun, because now he knows, like, oh, this has been happening behind my back. I wish I would have known about it faster. But at least now he can, you know, make some decisions to cut off this toxic base out of his life. Oh, this is going to be one hell of a snipe. Look at this. Bloop. Well done. Nice movement there out of Ragnarok. This base can also be used as bait right now. So you wait until the entire army moves here to kill this base, and boom, then you run in from between the fourth and the natural, and you go in here and you win the game. It's a possibility. It's not super sharp though. Corruptors coming out, +2 air as well on the way. Yeah, so here comes the base. Wait, where's the lurkers? Do we have no lurkers? We have 5 lurkers. What a pathetic army. Okay, Zealots are going to clear this base. He needs like 10 more lurkers for this to be even remotely close. He just doesn't have the lurker count right now. I really think Ragnarok threw this game when he went Muta into Hydra. I think Hydra into Muta is okay, but Muta into Hydra, for whatever reason, just isn't quite it. Like, if you're not dying to the Mutas, you're probably not going to die to the Hydras either. However, if you're not dying to the Hydras, you could still die to the Mutas. Because they're like a more complex unit to deal with. So, make it out what you will. 5 Tempest, Mothership, Archon. The only thing we're lacking right now is Immortals. I think in these types of scenarios, the correct thing to do, I know this sounds crazy, is actually to get 3 Robos or 4 Robos total. And you just pump Immortals. Like your life depends on it. It doesn't really, but it's really nice to have Immortals. Like your life actually depends on the Tempest right now. You're very Tempest dependent. There's also good upgrades for air already. He's going to have +3 air. Or flyer attacks, it's called for the Zergs. There's going to be 13 lurkers, which is also decent. And now all he needs is a lurker siege up. And then the ability to attack into something. And forcing his opponent to hold. That's going to be the goal. Another thing you could do, by the way, is drop like 4 lurkers over here. And then with the Corruptors deal with the Tempest. It's a powerful play. If there's no Immortals out, it could actually work. Ooh, Corruptors? What are they? What the hell is this? Corruptors, get in there, son. Ooh, lurkers defensively, quite strong. This is kind of an awkward battle. What are these Corruptors doing? Okay, they're... It's a really weird fight that we have over here. Lurkers are re-sieging defensively. These guys are setting up further up ahead. Corruptors are just kind of flying around, not doing anything. Now they're going to try to commit. Gonna get a Mothership, which is nice, I guess. Lurker's also dealing a lot of damage. 13 more Corruptors on the way. Overseer's probably gonna get taken out. Does he want to commit? No. He's going to have 29 Corruptors. Okay, he's just gonna send it here, full force. Lurkers need to start moving forward as well to help out, I think, right? Can't just do this with Lynx without Adrenal Glands. There we go. Tempests are falling. He's now starting to regret adding those extra Corruptors. Like, what the hell? Why did I do that? Yeah, why did you do that? Because now you have 16 Corruptors against a single Tempest. And the real problem here is going to be the ground forces in my mind. We have 3 Hydras attacking. 1, 2, 3. It's not enough. Single Lurker still around. Yikers. It is 5 base versus pretty much 5 base. I think the lack of Lurkers is gonna hurt him a serious amount here. He's gonna probably try to pee on this Nexus. Shouldn't work. Stalker's already coming out. Hatchery here in the bottom right is banging too. Freaking love bottom right hatcheries. Huge fan of that, personally. Not sure if you guys agree, but I definitely do agree. Love it when I agree with myself. 2 forges. Interesting priorities. How many lurkers do we have? 7? It's too little. Like, now the Immortals are coming out, so the Tempest isn't the defender of the realm anymore, so to say. So Corruptors, they can reign supreme in the sky, and it's okay. It actually is fine. Corruptor's also starting to pee on this Nexus. Probably gonna get the kill here. I think this is really good for Zoun, I think. I think this is actually really good for Zoun. His army is really... Like, a single Zealot Warpin is gonna clear this. There's not enough lurkers here. Kept his Nexus alive as well. These Corruptors in a weird spot. I think the lurkers are dead. A good Storm. I don't understand how Zoun is managing this, but he's doing a great job here right now. Observer is a key unit. If it dies, that could be the end of this defense. It's going to survive, but barely. And now the Corruptors are going to come in, but the Immortals on the ground a bit too strong. Ragnarok getting completely wiped off the face of the earth. Corruptors not strong enough as the Stalkers warp in. And Zoun, despite a god-awful early game, and where he probably should have died against a mass Muta build, he ended up holding against the 9 Mutas, and then holding against the Hydraling Lurker, and then holding and holding until he had 5 bases, and Immortals and Tempest, and a good enough army to now, I think, march across the map and straight up win the game. I'm not sure if he feels comfortable enough to do that. What is his actual upgrade count? He's 311, which is really not bad at all. 311. Actually pretty freaking decent. I am very happy with 311. Can we get a 6th base here? Maybe somewhere. I don't even know if we can. I don't even know if we need to. You know that? Do we need a 6th base? Yeah, we do. Says Zoun. Zoun is such a smooth operator, you know? He just takes his sweet time. I stood behind him once at a tournament. Well, I stood behind him multiple times at a tournament, not to brag, but I've been pretty close to him. I smelled him from up close. Oh, hold that thought. I'll tell this story another time. As we, I think we have our final push here. Bottom base stays alive. Yeah, and he wrote down everything he was going to do. He had like build order plans, but also like game plans. He had like an actual bookwork for a single series. There's like 2 pages for like a best of 7 against Clem. And like the neatest handwriting is all that I've seen in my life. It looked so nice. Like serious penmanship. At least like it wasn't Korean, so it's possible he was just writing down cookie recipes in there to try in the future. But it would be a weird time to do that just before your grand finals against Clem. So I just assumed it was game plans. And he would always write in between series. A serious writer. Very cool. And in this game is still... It feels pretty over to me. Just because the quality of the army right now for the pros is a little bit too high. The map control is definitely moving into the pros' favor. And this is not going to be a good fight either, I think. Like, what you need in these types of late games is like 20 lurkers and like 25 corruptors, a couple of vipers in the mix, but I just think the gas is not here. Here we go, final attack onto this position. Lurkers are trying their best, but sometimes you try so hard and you don't succeed, and that is one of those cases. The Zealot run-by is going to clear these spines as well. The main army is going to win, and that is going to be it for this game, and it's going to be it for Ragnarok's run here in this all-kill format. Killed 4 people, should have killed 5, gone for an all-kill, but instead Zoun takes back this game here on the Old Republic. Let's see what we're gonna do here in... Oh, oi. Potverdikke me. What are we doing over here, Zoun? A double scout, instant. I've seen Hero do this before, where he'll send 2 workers across the map to harass a Terran. You only do this if you think you're much better than your opponent, though. This is not really a thing you do if you're not... Oh! Never mind. Oh, wow. Okay. I am loving the vibe here. This is so smart. Look, he's going to be in time to block this barracks. Look at this. Look at the play. Oh, barracks always gets built out of position in this case because you want to get it ASAP. And then he's gonna proxy 1 or proxy 2 gate. Maybe even with a forge. What a beautiful build. This actually is one of the coolest builds I've seen in such a long time. You know what is a little bit suspicious here though? Is that this worker is not fighting back against this SCV. And if I was beyond, I'd be wondering, like, hey, why the hell? You're using this for faster res. Why is that not happening? And the reason is because he wants to use this, I think, to block a future depot as well. So the second depot is not allowed to be built over here. That's the key location. We're gonna go 2 gate. I guess pylon at home, gas at home. Okay, now he's gonna harass a little bit. Marine. Factory can't be in the wall either, by the way. It's absolutely key here. Command center can't be in the wall. So this probe has a very important task. Zealot. Core. Zealot. Right? That's all we're doing here. Zealot, core, zealot. CC on the high ground. This thing is going to move over. Floop. And we're going to get factory into late reactor, I think. It makes the most sense to me. I am so curious how this build is going to work. Because then what was the point of the early harass if this thing is going to be in position anyway, right? What was the point? A depot after the refinery. Reactor's going to take another 20 seconds or so by the time this hits. Oh, he's going to wait for Stalker. Double chrono. This is honestly one of the coolest builds I've seen in a very long time. Is the follow-up Adept? He doesn't have money for Adept. Maybe more Zealots? I feel like it should be Adept. Maybe Nexus? No, it's going to be Adept. I wonder why he doesn't wait with the Warp Gate so he can get the double Adept a bit quicker. Okay, he starts aiming at the refinery. Or sorry, at the reactor. My apologies. Is this just game over? Nexus behind this? I mean, we're still inside this base right now. I wonder how many workers you need to kill for this to be worth it. Like, when does it become a playable map? I guess at this point. Next Adept coming out as well. Oh my god. This is... That actually has to be one of my favorite builds that I've seen, honestly, in like forever. That was so cool. I guess the fast scout is... I don't know what it's for. I guess it's to keep the opponent at home, make sure there's no eBay block, make sure there's no scout. Kind of a cute move though. The thing is, in order to successfully pull it off, you need to do that fast scout more often. Like, you can't just only do it when you're playing this build. But I think that was freaking cool. That was... I'm just blown away by this build. I really am. I think this is such a sick build. So well thought out. Cure is going to open up with an eBay block here, as we can see on the mini-map. People with the fast eyes already saw it. I don't have to tell them anything. They're like, oh, Harstem. Actually, we moving across the map at this timing? What could that be? Not a proxy, you dumb Dutchman. It's going to be an eBay block, obviously. So yeah, I know it too, man. I'm not freaking stupid. I also have eyes. Oh, look, he scouted for the eBay block. The wrong timing, baby. He scouted too early. A premature scout. The ladies hate it. That's what I've heard. And now he's going to come into his natural, and there's going to be an eBay there done. Boom. eBay is there. It hit a little bit late, and it did the job. Gonna get a Nexus out here. Pylon next to it. It's an unfortunate situation. Follow-up is going to be Marine into Factory, I think. Should be Factory before CC, surely. No? Cure. Oh, dude, Cure is such a clown sometimes. Look at the gas. Freaking Gas City over here. SCV is scouting around. You could even fake a bunker here. There's really no purpose to it, but it's an intrusive thought I had, so I figured I share it with the, with the group. Always good to share your intrusive thoughts. That's what my mama told me. I sometimes have these longer silences. Like naturally in the cast. I do this so when I want to eat something, it doesn't stand out as much, you know? Like earlier in this series, I had a tangerine while I was casting. None of you probably noticed because you just thought I had nothing interesting to say. In reality, I was enjoying a sweet, sugary snack. I peeled it while I was speaking, and then I shoved it in my mouth by the half. I remember when I was a kid and I would eat tangerines. I would pluck every bit of like the white hairs that are on the tangerines or mandarins. I don't know what you guys call them. I don't know what the difference is. I bet there's like a small difference that only like tangerine elites care about. Like, why are you calling tangerines? They're definitely mandarins, Harstem, you dumb idiot. I hope you get shot. It's like, what? It's a freaking orange fruit. Who cares? And I would peel out like all the white little, the white little things that are on top of it. And at some point I decided it's too much work, I don't care anymore, so now I just eat them whole. Sometimes I don't even remove the middle part, with like the really stringy white stuff in the middle. It's really easy to remove, but sometimes too lazy for that. I just shove the mandarin or the tangerine like whole into my mouth. And just eat it at once. I remember once someone told me that they put tangerines, you put them in like a certain, not an acid, like maybe some type of vinegar or something. Not vinegar, like some type of chemical, and it removes all the stringy parts. But that sounded like so much work to remove the stringy parts. Like maybe if I was a kid and you would have told me that, I would have done it. Then again, I would have done loads of stupid things as a kid. I'm pretty sure I would have sold like one of my toes for like the Action Man that could swim, like with a propeller. Do Action Man still exist? I don't know. I haven't seen any Action Man commercials for a while. I guess I'm not really their target audience anymore. Grew out of that when I was like 7 or 8. Oh, he's gonna lose a Stalker. I'm surprised that he stood there taking it with the Stalker. This is a good trade though. Stalker for a medevac and a mine. I mean, that's a dope trade as a Protoss player. Absolutely. Raven's now gonna come out. We already have one tank out too. Double bunkers. No natural, no third base on the natural. It's gonna be 4 gas, so most likely storm. That's what I'm thinking here. That is what I'm thinking here. Oh, look at this. He's looking for the Raven. Dark wings, dark words. Am I right? Okay. Temple Archives coming in. Nexus as well. Is there even a prism? No, there's no prism. So he's gonna walk across the map with 4 Stalkers and pretend like he can do something. I hate when people do this. I despise this. I really do. Because you never get any damage done. You never deal damage, but you often receive damage as a result. Oh, I was gonna kill maybe this Raven. Look at that. That is a big deal. See you later, Raven. That guy achieved nothing. Crazy stuff. 19 Marines are out. I wonder what Cure's plan is going to be. Actually, I know what Cure's plan is going to be. Cure has perfected the art of doing as little as humanly possible. I wonder if Cure... Like, if we would tell Cure right now, it's like, we can put you in a coma, but you'll live for 200 years. In a coma, I think he would take it. He's like, I'll be the oldest man alive. That is crazy. It's like, yes, but you will not be actively living. He says, that's fine. Because that's how he plays StarCraft 2 as well. And he doesn't really care about having a good time. Like, most professional gamers, they become professional gamers because they like playing the game. Cure does it because he hates losing and he wants to win. He doesn't really care how. If it was legal to break your opponent's fingers, Cure would probably do it. Now, he takes any of the legal means possible within the game and he uses and abuses them. Oh, he's actually pushing out. I had not expected that. Actually, it's a fake push. He's gonna go back, like at the midway point. He does not go far into the water, let me tell you. He's not that type of guy. Uh-oh. Sees the storms? There's no shot he commits to this. I know you, Cure. You're gonna unsiege and you're gonna run back home right now. This is how you do it. I actually sniped that observer. That was a neat snipe too. No one is buying you moving across the map. There we go. Back home we go now.
Upgrade.
Oh, he's gonna take an alternative angle. He's gonna cancel a fort base here.
Research complete.
Honestly, this is more aggression that I've seen out of Cure in this game than I've seen him do against Protoss in the past 15 games combined. I watched a game the other day of Cure where he didn't move past the halfway point, like before the 20-minute mark. And I wasn't even surprised. I was like, okay, par for the course. Just attacked his own Widow Mine. Interesting move too. This is a good attack though. Well done. I don't understand how he decided to go for it, because his early game felt pretty terrible. Lost the Medevac for free, lost the Raven for free. Like, I'm not sure if I'd consider this a highly successful game. Ooh. Blink towards the left. A couple of storms now coming in. Nexus on the left. 3 ghosts as well on the way. I actually think that Cure is going to continue playing pretty aggressive. The way that he's building stuff. This is shocking to me. And I am not easily shocked. Okay. As a young man, I watched Silence of the Lambs. Like, I remember I was really young when I watched it. Dude, that movie scared the crap out of me. I did not sleep for 3 weeks. Like, legit didn't sleep for 3 weeks. You have the... What's she called? Starlink? Starlink, maybe, not Starlink. Starlink is the internet thing. That's the Silence of the Lambs, right? Dude, that movie was scary. I was like 12 or something. I'm pretty sure I pissed myself watching that. Proper scary stuff. Okay, we have 4 ghosts out. Let's see, can we get some EMPs in? That is decent. No, that's not decent. Eight Marines hit the main base. Recall into the main as well. It's like 6, 7 stars. Storm! Nice! Very neat indeed. Truly beautiful stuff. A couple more storms in here. Awkward fight from Zoun's perspective. He's gonna actually burst this. He's gonna burst the bubble that Cure was in. It's gonna completely blast his opponent away from the face of this earth. God's green earth. Oh, poof. Storm's gonna connect with the Widow Mine. Nexus here is buzzing too. 10 gateways, Colossus on the way. Yeah, Cure is playing very aggressive here. Fort base behind this, 2-2 upgrades as well. For a while, Cure had this style where he would almost always go for like 2-2 timing pushes. He hasn't done that in a while, but he's way more aggressive now than he has been in the past. 5th base on the way for Zoun. How's he been faring though? Resource loss is almost dead even. 25 mineral difference here. Good zoning storm. I mean, Colossus are a necessity at this point, not a luxury anymore. Ship weapons should start for Cure here too. I actually prefer Cure's position at this point. He's going to have a fort base flying over. He's going to have 7 ghosts. And he will be producing Vikings 2 at a time. Or sorry, 4 at a time. If he wants to. I'm not sure if he wants to right now. He's trying to. I mean, this is fantastic stuff if you ask me. 1, 4, 5... 5 Templar out as well. 6th base. So someone like Classic would start his air weapons at this point. Stargate, Fleet Beacon, get a mothership, and carriers. That's what we've seen Classic do time after time again. It's not what's happening here right now. It is not at all what's happening here. Zoun is more of an old school toss player. It's kind of how a lot of tosses would play it. Kind of lazy, high gateway count, really relying on Storm Colossus as your late game army. Classic probably would have +2 air weapons already on the way right now. I think he really rushes it quick. Pretty much the moment he sees that his fort base is secure, Classic starts thinking about the late game. Zoun is different. Zoun doesn't start thinking about the late game until he's lost like 12 fights in a row. He's like, ooh, Ghost Viking is pretty freaking strong, huh? Maybe I should get some air units. And at that point, usually it's too late. Because you're going to be down like 12 upgrades or something. Like you're going to be fighting with +1 carriers against 3/3 Vikings. Not a great battle. EMP hits that ops. I was wondering why the hell he EMP'd into nothingness, but it was to kill that observer. 2 cannons coming down here too. 6 bases. Bunker's gonna get repaired. Templar definitely needs to pull back a little bit, huh? Oh, storm! Oh, EMP was first. Gonna get an EMP on these stalkers as well here. Still a couple of storms available. We have a flanking Templar coming from the north here too. Oh, nice dodge. Needs to split these Templars up. Good feedbacks. What is this guy doing? Not a whole lot right now. I think we're gonna go for an attack into this, and here comes the flanking Templar. Poof! Poof! There you go. Well, not the greatest one, but good enough. Cure still winning this battle, it feels like. Maybe. Colossus are gonna get taken out at least. Cure up in supply, loses a lot of ghosts though. Loses almost all of his Vikings, if not all of his Vikings. And is very low in energy on the medevacs and in medevac count in general. Health of the Marauders and the Ghost. 5th base, however, is on the way already. And I think this was good enough still. Look at that. The 3k difference in resources lost. Usually I'd say this is good for TOS, but the TOS hasn't actually been mining that much, and Cure has been mining an insane amount because of these kind of this fast expansion pattern that he's been going for. Rather than playing super safe, super passive, he's actually been doing okay. Now we get some more bases from the TOS, but I think it's quite late already. We're gonna get some zoning with these stormers, I hope. Ooh, there we go. Observer is in the mix, should be capable of actually clearing this. I thought this planetary was gonna be dead, to be honest. It seemed like good zoning storms. I think he probably could have gotten it. There we go, good EMP connection, storms. Ooh. No storms. Okay, this base is toast. Right. Looks toasty at least. Can we get a drop? Oh, zoning storm again. Stalkers try to get the kills here, but there's no more splash available. Okay, this is going to be a one-sided affair. Very one-sided affair. Pure Zealot Archon Stalker against a massive bio force. No Colossus, no Disruptors, no Templar in the mix. We have 4 Templars that are out. 3 of them are making their way towards the top right. This base is gonna get cancelled. This base got cancelled. Will be rebuilt instantly too. Left side base on the way. This base done. Do we have Blink? No, we don't have Blink on the DTs yet. Gateway count is at 14. Zoun goes for a hero-esque run-by. All of his Zealots are being split off right now. Running into the 3rd base. Maybe even going for the 4th. I wonder if you can actually do something there. Like with this amount of Zealots, can you kill a planetary? I think you probably could. What's happening over here meanwhile? We have a big attack onto this base. Fairly overstimmed army. Single storm could actually do a lot. Zealots are dealing a lot of damage. You have enough Ghost Marine Marauder to hold the natural for now. 12 workers go down. Colossus is gonna go home. Yeah, this is an overstimmed army, which is an issue. A very serious issue as well. $3.5 in the bank against 600 in the bank. Resource loss is still fairly even. Storms need to help out. I don't think you can attack into positions like this. This is a crazy move. What you need to do is you need to outmaneuver the opponent, the Terran player, and then you zone with storms while you kill a base. That I think is your main goal. And then you clear the key units that need to be repaired. Vikings, medevacs, liberators. All of those need to be taken out. Oh. Oh, that's a lot of Zealots here dying. It's like 10, 12 Zealots just going down for free. You have another Zealot run by coming in. Still no Blink DT, by the way. These Zealots are gonna make their way across. Disruptors being added into the mix. Double Templar, double Storms. Actually quite decent. Gonna get a Blink back here or what? Ooh. Maybe Blink forward even to kill these Vikings. There's really not that many Vikings. Really not that many Vikings. The 5th base is gonna get cleared here. Zoun on the warpath. I think he can continuously base trade right now. Templar at home is what you need. Disruptors at home is what you need. And then with these Zealots, you're dealing a lot of damage. Look at that. SCV's being blasted off the face of the earth. Oh, this is a big commitment into this position. Not the greatest purification of us. I think Zoun is potentially winning here. 3k still in the bank. He's dealt so much damage. 34 workers. Left side base is not important. He's mining from the right. He's going to be mining from here too. So he's going to have great income. He's going to have plenty of splash. He has plenty of cash as well. There are a lot of bases still available though. For Cure. Cure is on 4 orbitals, I think. 4 orbitals, 1 free command center still. Can fly it over to a 5th base potentially. And the army supply is fantastic. 9 ghosts, so the army quality is also pretty good. Liberators in. No advanced ballistics though. And I think Zoun's plan should just be to continuously base trade into the 3rd and try to take out this 4th base even. It's not what he's doing. Okay, we're going to get a couple of flanking Templar here right now. Feedbacks, feedbacks, feedbacks. I think it's better. Yes, 1, 2. Can we get feedbacks? No, we can't. Storm, Archon. Okay, this base is being given up. Ah, we need a run by here. We need a run by. We need to kill these medevacts. We need a lot of things. I think a base trade is correct. Because with Templar, you can often at least deal damage while you're running away. Left side base being taken, another left side base being taken, this base being taken. A very good kind of anticipation of what's about to happen here. Planetary is going to get cleared. This base is key too, by the way. We still have mining over here. Planetary is going to fall. Orbital could be in a bit of trouble. Every single SCV is going to go down. Ooh, Liberator. Plus Medevac will deny mining over here. Look at the mining right now. 1k against 600. Actually, 800 against 600. So that's pretty damn close. 2 Templar still in a prism. This base not being attacked by any amount of Zealots is an actual crime, by the way. Ooh. Can we get some purification of us? We can get 3 at the same time. It's not fantastic. Oh, can we drop 1? Can we drop 1 Templar? Maybe. There we go. Good storm. Second storm is okay. These disruptors need to be taken out. Zealots way too aggressive. What are we doing here? Storm was working for us. We're waiting for the reinforcing disruptor shots. Now they're going to get cleared. 1300 mineral income against 600. All of a sudden, Zoun in a world of trouble. Cure looking to take the match point here in this best of 9. Ragnarok did the majority of the work. He did the heavy lifting. Okay. He pushed that boulder up the hill. And Cure just had to hold it there for a second. And it almost slipped. Because Zoun was being real freaking annoying. Like a mosquito buzzing around, picking off side bases. And even now, he's still alive. Don't forget, we have superior eco for Zoun. The moment these side bases finishes up, Purification Nova's hitting big. There's not enough, though. There's not enough. Get a blink back here. Cure smells blood in the water. And like the nasty shark that he is, he's going to sip on that blood. And he's going to create some more. And Zoun loses to Disruptors. Really his only chance of winning. This base still being denied. This base still mining. Command center now flying over towards the 5th base. And at this point, I just don't think there's anything you can do against this army. Like maybe Colossus. If you get like 3 Colossus out. If you could do a little bit of magic. Like channel your inner Gandalf. You can take out this Balrog of Morgoth. Ooh, DT's coming in. It's the first time I think we're seeing them. He's working on these mules big time too. Look at that. 1. Oh, the dodge! Oh, Dodge City, baby. He dodged 2 EMPs. One of the EMPs actually hit this command center. That was cool as hell. DT is now going to go back in. If he could have cleared these mules, that would have been a big deal money-wise. Once again, this base still being mining like the entire time was a damn shame in my mind. DT going in. GG gets called. They secure. Yep, secures the victory here. 5-2 for Team Ragnarok.